It never rains but pours in South Africa. The country has been grappling with the rise in fuel prices and the high cost of living. Now, amid these challenges, another bombshell: the manipulation of the South African currency. In 2001, former President Thabo Mbeki set up the Rand Commission to investigate the manipulation of the Rand when the local currency weakened from 7 Rand 60 to 13 Rand 48 cents against the US dollar. Then CEO of the South African Chamber of Business, Kevin Whitford, blew the whistle, accusing 3 big corporates and a global bank of being behind the manipulation of the Rand. He predicted that the Rand would pass the 20 Rand mark against the dollar and possibly throw the ANC-led 7-year-old democracy into political and economic turmoil. The commission managed to arrest the collapse of the Rand, but it was shut down prematurely with no action taken against any company while Whitford was fired. Seething with anger, the SACP says this is tantamount to unseating a democratic government.
As the SACP, we call on the government to revise our laws. We need to have currency manipulation punished for what it is. That is corruption, crime, economic sabotage, and a regime change agenda.
SACP's Dr. Alex Mashilo-Feather said they are shocked at the National Treasury and the Reserve Bank's lack of action and amateurish handling of this crisis.
We cannot allow a regime change agenda to succeed. If you have a government elected after a currency attack, especially the concerted one, those elections will not be free and fair.
Cosatu is calling for the arrest of all those behind what it calls an assault on the ANC government and sabotage of the economy.
The National Treasury cannot be trusted on these things. And the National Treasury is the one that has been leading engagement about the austerity measures. Do they want to tell us that they were not aware about these things?
Even the ANC seems perturbed by the silence of its deployees in the National Treasury.
Rent was manipulated. I've never seen a Minister of Finance with his beautiful head explaining to the Republic, what is this thing? There is a statement issued by National Treasury and a Litutsi, e utlo chuo yalo utu we are leaderless. Kimi kupa utu know we are leaderless. Haluki seminati ino kotongwa nakatalu se ranta ye tsaitsinkayo. Because that's the only person who can explain.
Also weighing in on the issue, former President Thabo Mbeki is calling for action.
I think the matter about the manipulation of the value of the rand is not new. It's arisen before. Actually happens with all these tradable currencies. I remember an instance where they did the same thing in London with regard to the British pound. So fortunately, the matter is being looked at by the competition people. I thought I saw that some of the banks are saying we're ready to cooperate to tell the truth, including about who else was with us. I think it's very, very important that action should be taken against the culprits, whoever they are.
Nhlanhla Khatlhane, SABC News, Johannesburg.